Start. Jennifer, can we start?
I just had it on screen.
Mm-hmm. Give me sign and I will. Okay. Give me just sign and I will start. Okay, thank you all of you for coming. I am Zeljko Mirkovic. Originally, I am a documentary filmmaker. I'm in documentary more than 25 plus years. Did a lot of feature documentaries, short documentaries, and different social media campaigns. I was running 2 times for Oscars with my docs and won 140 awards so far. And running my production company for 18 plus years. Now I'm professor at the University of Connecticut teaching film, and one of my courses is making films on smartphones. And also I'm doing documentaries for UConn about their research and science projects. So when I started my bachelor in film directing and TV directing, we work on these 2 cameras. So you have to be very strong. And this is monitor. So now, probably all of you brought your cameras. Am I right? Huh? Show me your cameras. Okay. But what is interesting? So, 100 and something years ago, the first film was made. So the theory and film language is the same. So we have older than these 2 guys, but the language is the same. Film language is the same. So we are just using different tools. Technology are giving us different options, but the knowledge is the same. So, and this is like a reading book. You have to know letters, you have to know how to combine, and then you have a sentence. That is the film. So when you are writing, one letter, second one, you get a word. When you're combining words, you get a sentence. When you're combining sentence, you give some meaning. That's what we are doing on film. We are combining shots and creating what? Story. New reality. It's a new reality. So let's briefly, I would like to hear short about you, just name, and because we will share 4 hours together, so I would like to hear who you are and why you are here.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Mario. I'm here because I make content on social media, and I just want to learn more storytelling skills so I can better my storytelling, because in my opinion, that's what makes really good content. If there's no story behind it, then people are less likely to watch it. So that's my goal for this workshop, is to work on my storytelling through video.
Hi, I'm Crystal, and I am just starting from zero and wanting to do many different types of things with, I guess, filmmaking, short videos, storytelling.
My name's Max. I'm starting from zero, basically, too. I've had an interest in films for a long time, and just within the last 5 or 10 years, really started paying more attention to how the films are made, you know, film language, and shooting certain shots. So I'm just curious and want to learn more.
My name is Sid. I was just intrigued when I heard about this workshop, and I have no background, no directly relevant background, although just in the last couple of days I've started developing an idea in my head for a YouTube channel, but I'm nowhere on it so far.
Terry Wright. I'm also sort of at zero. I'm an engineer, but I'm maybe pursuing changing careers to something else. And one of the things that I'm entertaining is some sort of filmmaking, maybe short form or long form content. I'm not entirely sure yet. I work in my car a lot, and I think that might be a good place to start filming after people that might want to learn how to do the same thing.
I'm Susan. I'm a ceramic artist and a former graphic designer, and everything is video now, so I told them most interesting content.
Hello, I'm Cynthia, and I actually have a project I'm really trying to put together from a musical group that I perform with, and I have some very good video footage. Probably kind of boring, but for anybody who wants to hire us, we want to put together a cohesive short video that has plenty of information and some video of us, all of us playing. It's a flute quartet. I don't know if I said that. I used to be a photographer, a professional photographer years ago, so I understand about lighting. And I don't know anything about how the smartphone video stuff works. So I'm very eager to learn so I can put this together. Thanks.
I'm Rosalind, and I'm starting from zero. My daughter's been sending me videos that she's put together of different things in her life, and I thought it would be nice if I could maybe do the same. Plus, I go to classes, and I think it would be nice to be able to film. I film some of the things, but everything is just scattered individual things. There's no cohesiveness to any of it.
I am Gloria. I am a scientist by training, but at one point I decided to move from the academia, and I started doing some illustrations, scientific animation, motion design projects, whatever it is needed to explain the science behind the projects. And for me, it's like the thing that it caught my attention is the storytelling part. It's like I don't do much of filmmaking, but it's a language, as you said. So I hope that I can apply the same ideas and concepts to my illustrations and my animations.
Hi, I'm Mila, and I was fascinated with this workshop and just thought it would be really interesting to learn something about that. That's basically it.
I'm Anna, and I just wanted to learn something new. I have my podcast, but I'm just really wanting to go more.
I'm Jay Zaria. I was planning on taking a film course before the college, so I just seeing this interesting too. Sierra. I'm interested in video editing, and obviously with video editing, you have to start with an idea, a story, so I just want to learn more about that.
And we have one more person just came. Can you tell us a little bit more about you?
Well, in terms of filming, I'm not super techy, but I love to travel, and so I wanted to be able to tell more stories when I return home, be a little bit more creative.
Okay, thank you. So when I designed this workshop, I was thinking, what you can have after 4 hours. And I would be happy if you can do your film after 4 hours, 2 minutes. So it was challenging because I needed 4 years for my bachelor in film directing, then 3 years in master and 5 years in PhD, again, everything in film. So I need to put a lot of things in 4 hours. So don't expect to be masters after that, but you will be able to make a film. Short, 1 minute or 2, that's the goal. So you will have some topics connected with the 250 years anniversary of U.S. independence. But let's go to the basic. We will start with the basic things. Probably you are familiar with some of them, but we will start with the camera composition. So what is composition? What is composition?
The ability to frame your shot.
Yeah.
How the things are distributed in your frame.
So let's say the composition is relationship with elements in shot. That's all. How you're putting these things together in one shot. You make some relationship. When you choose the frame, you are choosing reality, new reality. You're making new reality. So it isn't existed before. So how you can frame, let's say, Max, could be different from many angles, from many ways. So let's start with the basic composition rules. There are many rules, but today we don't have time for all of them. So I choose basic 5. And with this basic 5, you will be able to do something with your cameras, not with this one. So the famous one and basic one is rule of third. So why rule of third? It's very simple. You can split the frame vertically and horizontally on thirds and make a composition with elements. So what we have here? What kind of story we have here? What is this?
What is it?
Okay, and what is behind? Background, nature. So rule of third, we put the main element on left or right or left third. And he is now making some kind of relationship with the background. You can put it in here, but right now you have a space here and you have a communication in film language. So now you have a character. And main character is talking to him. So you see, when these two vertical lines are crossing, you are trying to put his eyes, because eyes is the central of the person. And then you give him a space. The second character could be in this part of the third. So remember this crossing. How it's look like when you're making interview. Recently we did innovation in Connecticut, and so now you can see here the whole setup, but also you can see here real frame. So we did with both cameras, with two cameras, but again we follow the rule of third in wider. So you see her in third, you see her in third, here close up, because we are giving her space to talk to this side, putting her in left or right third. Similar. So if you're doing interview with somebody, or if somebody is want to tell you something, you are putting him in one of the thirds. He is now in left. The previous one, she was in a right. So the golden ratio, we will skip, but it's complicated more. But when you have a lot of elements, odd elements, sometimes you cannot put them in, let's say, in third. So now you are making some kind of, this is rule of odds. So you are putting them in some kind of relationship again. Remember what we spoke at the beginning, what is composition? How the elements communicating with each other.
Are the odds the number of items or the odd shape of the item, or is it all of that?
You have, let's say, odds are elements here, stones. So would be completely different. So camera is here. It would be completely different frame if we go on this side. Now you will have these two guys from this side. So you have to make some kind of relationship with them. So now you have these three guys. You have a tree, water. So a lot of elements you are trying to put in some kind of relationship.
You're adding a different perspective.
So we put these three guys on the table. Now you have 6 elements. You have them, you have their shadows, but you have some kind of background here. So again, making relationship with these three guys, with 3 elements, you're making frame, and we call that rule of odds. Ask me questions.
Is what you're going at the number of elements that you have there, all the different shapes of the elements, all the different perspectives, like odd perspectives of elements?
That's up to you. You are creating a story. So you are trying to put different elements. Let's say you have 3 elements here, and now if I choose this angle, I will, let's say, block this guy, and I will not see let's say, the background. If I choose this angle, I have rule of odds. 1, 2, 3, and the whole background is watching. So you have to find the best relationship with the elements.
So is that more like a rule of threes then you want to follow when it comes to?
A rule of 3, or you can put my book here, my notebook here, and pencil here. Now you have 5 here and the background. So I need to go back to see them more. Or if I don't want to see the last, I would like to do, let's say, first table and the second row. So you don't have one main character. You are combining elements and making relationship with them in composition.
If you have 4, you will try to find an angle where
Yes.
one of them is hidden or not so visible.
Try not to hide them. If you have, let's say, 4 elements, and this one is up, so if we do on this side, we will still have 4. We'll still have 4, but depending what kind of relationship you are choosing, but you have to make some, let's say, balance between them. Maybe that's the real one.
So does this rule apply more to inanimate objects? I mean, it could be people also.
Could be people also. Could be everything. Could be everything. Hmm?
Which is open.
Rejected. Off. Okay. Do you want to plug in? Okay. It's not good. Okay, that's okay. So you can find all of these things. You can, Jennifer, they can find presentation. You upload the presentation to see. Yeah. So you will have different examples. So I put, you ask me, can be people, can be anything, can be birds, can be, I don't know, sea. What do you think? What is living space?
Space for reading.
Okay. So this is a frame. So why we need living space? Why?
Maybe captions or captions or descriptions.
Low thirds, maybe.
If you have some context for the subject of your scene or shot.
What kind of feeling we have if we give him space here? He's talking. We are doing interview with this guy.
Well, the one on the right is more personal.
So more personal would be if he's central, talking directly to the camera.
Right.
Am I right? Yeah. But he's talking to somebody else. So that's why we need a living space, that we have a feeling that this guy is talking to someone. So when you are doing interview, yes, you can do directly and he can talk directly to the camera. But you can also do interview and he can talk to somebody who is, let's say, nearby the camera. And this is the usually interview style. So when you watch documentaries, when you watch, let's say, documentaries or films, you can see very often this composition that he's talking to someone.
I have a question about that. So in interviews, why is it that you want them to look off camera and not at the camera?
So you can break every rule. That's the case. So you can break every rule and you can create your new reality. So when you have this kind of feeling, so he is right now as some kind of, he's not presenting the story, he's telling the story. It's different.
Yeah.
So when you talk directly to the camera, you have a feeling that he's presenting the story. Yes, he can present the story. Or if he's doing some kind of, we will talk more about 3 styles of interview. Confession. If you have a confession, he can talk to the camera. But this is one of the main rules in interview. So you give him a space, and then what we have, what is important in this frame? Not only character. What is else very important in this frame?
The scene, the scene of the room that he's in, looks like astronauts or something.
Yeah, it's a museum. Okay.
Yeah.
So how we call this around him?
Setting?
Hmm?
Is it a setting?
Could be
Context.
background. So the key, the formula A plus B equal C. What is A?
Subject.
A is the character. B is the background. C is the. So if we put this guy here behind the wall, so he will tell the story again, the same story, but you will not have a C, you will not have a B, you will not have a reality, new reality in that way. It will be very flat. So when you are doing this kind of shots, background is very important. So the background is telling the story about the character. It's not the same if I do interview with Mario and the background is his studio, or if I'm doing him and the background is far. So you can, and Mario can talk about his work, but the horse is around him, so the first impression would be, okay, Mario is a farm guy who is doing video about farm. But if we want to present him immediately, very shortly and briefly, that he is a social media guy and he's working for something, he's in his studio, or we can put some camera or something that can relate. So that's what we are doing. We are trying to make relationship with the elements, because this kind of relationship will tell the story and create new reality.
So the image where there's more of a close-up of him, that's the preferred image.
In my opinion, that seems like a preferred image, or is it not?
So this is 2 cameras.
Yep.
So why we are doing interview with 2 cameras? It's very simple, because it's easy to cut. So if he talked too much or too long for, we can cut something between, and we will not see the cut because we will just change the frame.
Okay, then what is the negative space exactly? I'm not understanding. With negative space, the distance between how he's perceived from the camera, or is it, I just don't know what the negative space means.
I don't know exactly what you mean with the
It
negatives.
says leave negative space in front of the subject, so I'm just trying to understand what the negative space actually is.
Okay. Yeah, negative space could be that something that can, let's say, break the relationship with the character and the background. It's not belonging to. Let's say if you put something that is, you see this wide angle, we included this guy. So, but if we put something in front of him and closing the background, we will have this kind of space. Again, another example. Now, I don't know if you ever heard about this, but leading lines. So we can use composition to create and make the character stronger with the composition. What we have here? What we have here? What is this?
Those people standing in the line.
Standing and at the end of the.
And a person sitting there.
And who is this person?
Can't really tell from the photo, to be honest.
But
Leader.
is it leader? Yeah. So we don't write leader. We see that we can feel that he is a leader. How? Because all of these guys are working for him in composition. So they are, let's say, in this composition, they are, let's say, targeting him and making him stronger. So imagine rule of odds here and say, hey, this guy is a leader. No. He will be just part of the odds. He will not be leader. He said he's a leader immediately. I don't need to tell him that, yeah, this is a leader. Because we created, this cinematographer created the shot that all leading lines are going and showing that this is the main person. This is the main character. This is the leader.
Well, isn't it also about using those lines to create some depth and perspective and draws?
Absolutely, they are.
Or subject.
Yeah, they are telling us what to watch.
Yeah.
It's also
They are
brighter.
pushing us to watch to him.
Right.
It's also brighter. There's a,
So again, it's not the same. It's not the same using camera. Say, okay, you are the leader in the classroom. Okay, let's do frame. We can create this kind of lines, and we can put him down there, and we can emphasize his position. Old film, but you have the same thing, but without people. You have two walls, the guy who is riding a bicycle, but his fear is here. If you remember this movie. So we have a lines, character, watching to this position, and then something will happen in film, but it creates, they are focusing our eyes on action here. Just choosing this kind of composition of lines. So if we put a camera on this side and have him on right and them on left, they will have some kind of balance in relationship. And we don't want to show the balance. We want to show that something is waiting here. Yeah, you can turn off this. Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah, turn off completely. Yeah. Yeah, all of it.
Yes.
We can create also real balance. We call it symmetry. I don't need to explain what is symmetry, but it's an equal relationship with two sides of the shot. Here still we have lines, but all of this in balance. We spoke about a background. I will go back on background. I will not tell you anything, you will tell me. Watch this frame. This is the frame. Tell me the story. Tell me what this guy, who is this guy and what is he talking about? Try to figure out, just according to frame.
Is that a shuttle capsule? Everything?
We see the title. So, Bushnell Tartars. Who is this guy? Military officer. What is this? The background.
Yeah, I can't really tell. It looks like a capsule, a shuttle capsule.
Thing that goes in the water.
No. The first submarine. The first submarine. So, what he is talking about?
Probably out of the military. Yeah.
Try, just try.
The history of the first submarine.
Of submarines.
Yeah.
So I can put him, military guy, in front of the museum or whatever, but when you're making relationship with the background, you are making content immediately. We spoke about that. But background, it's very important. People usually making mistakes, avoiding and not choosing good background. My wife is always complaining me when I need to take a photo. Because she said, you are always trying to find the best angle. I cannot, put them behind the wall, just asking, can you go here? And I can see the background. So when you have this kind of picture, it will stay. The background with just a wall is a portrait for, I don't know, ID or something that you will not keep if you don't need. Tell me more about the story about this guy watching to this frame. So the background is telling the story about the character. So who is this character? You don't need to know his name and anything about him.
An older man.
Older man. Is he family man? Why you are telling that he is family man?
Sitting in the living room.
Sitting in the living room. What is the background?
Fireplace.
Fireplace. So fireplace is reminding us of some kind of, let's say, family atmosphere. Very simple. So again, we have a relationship. And then we choose this kind of background. He's telling bright story, good story, positive story. Light is coming in. So we have relationship with background and him. A plus B, remember, equals C. When you're doing math, 1 plus 1 is always 2. But in film language, 1 plus 1 is not 2, can be 4, can be 6, depending on your imagination. Okay, so it's very simple. When we work on these cameras, we have only one format. Horizontal. Now we have two, vertical and horizontal. I would like to ask you to think to make mostly horizontals, at least today when you're making films. Why? Very simple. From the horizontal, you can scale it and make vertical later on. From vertical, you cannot do horizontal. You cannot make horizontal. So when you make a photos, when you make a videos, do horizontal. It's always better than vertical. You can scale it better and make, you have two formats, horizontal and vertical. Now on YouTube, you have shorts, vertical, and horizontal. TikTok and other social media are working on vertical. But you have some now software that you can scale to the. And when you're doing film, it's always better to work on this format.
Could you repeat that? Did I understand you right? You said that YouTube is mostly horizontal or landscape, and did you say most other social media use vertical?
Yes. So when you go to the, let's say, Instagram, you can find mostly vertical. They are not completely, let's say, 16 to 9, but they are vertical.
Is that a function of the platform, or is that just what most Instagram members like to do?
That's the, I think that was the when they started with Instagram, they started not for the professionals, and for people it's very easier to take a phone with one hand. With the horizontal, you need both. If you are taking phone with one hand, believe me, it will shake. If you do with two, you can do much better. And then you can concentrate. Even I'm making photos, I'm doing with two hands. And I will show you a small trick before we start. So you all have videos. So you can turn videos on your phone, go on 60 frames per second, try to do 4K, and go with a wider angle. Why? When you are moving camera. So when you are doing movement with camera with wide angle, with two hands, stabilization is better.
All right, you've gotten ahead of me now here. I have no idea how to make settings on the phone.
You can turn on camera,
Yeah.
go on video, go on app. You have app for photo.
Yeah.
Okay. Then go on video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you on video?
Yes.
Okay, you have options here to choose 4K, HD.
Mine says 30
Okay, press on HD.
HD.
Okay, now you are on 4K. Okay, go on 30. Press. Now you are on 60. Okay, so you have only one angle, so you don't need to worry. But if you have 3 angles or 4 angles, depending on the phone, choose the wider one when you're doing movement. If you, let's say, I can do the same shot. If you want to have smooth, so I can do the same shot with a wide and with a close, and then when I watch the video after, I will see that this close-up is shaking more because the movement of the camera is more visible in close-up than in wider.
Now, what was the 60? Was that the number of frames per second or what?
Yeah.
60 frames per second.
Higher frames per second means you want to see as much jitter.
And the 4K compared to HD is the resolution? Or
Is resolution, yeah.
And what's the reason why you've selected these parameters right now?
Because what is 60 frames per second? 60 pictures in 1 second and 30 in 1 second. When you have 60, so your movement is less visible because they have time, the 60 moments to adapt to the movement.
You're talking about the stability of
Yeah.
of the image.
Yes.
While you're hand holding it.
Yes, when you're doing movement, any movement, you can do vertical movement, you can do pan, you can walk. So I'm suggesting to do better shot, change settings.
And what was the reason for 4K rather than HD?
It's better resolution, better picture.
4K is higher resolution?
Yes.
I see.
Okay.
And if I had a higher, if I had a newer iPhone, would I have other options or
You will have more angles.
angles?
Yeah. Believe or not, these 3 or 4, or how many you have, someone have 2 lenses, Carl Zeiss lenses. Carl Zeiss is well known for the best cameras. They use best cameras with Carl Zeiss optic. So they are putting the best optic in our phones right now. So sometimes you can make a sometimes when I don't have time, when I'm traveling, and I know that I need some shots from the planes or something, I'm doing with my iPhone and using them for professional film. So now you have a film festivals, let's say in Cannes, in 2015, believe it or not, on iPhone 5, the first fiction film is done. So these guys are becoming very powerful too. But you have to know language, film language.
If I want to upload a video to YouTube, are there certain specs that they're looking for in terms of resolution and frames per second?
YouTube now has 2 options. You can upload HD and 4K. Then you can upload HD and it will compressing and making 4K when you're uploading video. So the software is doing by himself. But if you are doing 4K and you are shooting on HD, if they cannot make 4K from your HD. You know what I mean? So they cannot make better resolution if you give them lower resolution.
Does that also
So,
relate
so
to-
the software cannot make better resolution,
Understand.
can make lower.
So does that also relate to how much storage you need for a particular video? What the resolution is?
Yes.
Does it take more,
More storage,
take,
yes,
take more space
yes,
on the phone?
yes. So you don't need to do all the time in 4K, but if you want to do something special, do in 4K. And especially if you are doing some, let's say, I don't know, birthday, and you are coming from here, and cake is here, and you want to go to the close-up, I will always turn to wide 60 4K, because this video will be better, less shaking, and better resolution.
So
Yeah.
if you're, sorry, if you are not moving, you will change it back another, not to 60, you will put 30.
For the other movement,
Yes, if you are not moving like constantly, you don't need a 60.
if you ask what I'm doing, I'm always shooting in 4K, because I'm not shooting video without purpose on my phone. That's professional, you know, sickness.
Would it also last longer, so you don't realize it until you look back 10 years or 20 years where, the film might look a little fuzzier or the color's a little off. So would this last longer in this, the orientation of the film, the color or the, I'm not sure if I'm asking her question. Sometimes you look back and the film looks a little fuzzier. The quality, the quality is, so the quality continues to improve. Will this last longer, this resolution?
Resolution. Okay, you see these guys. So resolution, 4K resolution means 4,000 and something pixels on horizontal and 2,000 something on vertical. Imagine dots. Every dot is 1 pixel. So this 4K. These guys work with that 720 with 576. So the same picture, but dots are bigger to fill the resolution. Now you will have probably very soon more than 4K. So picture will be smaller and you will have a crystal picture.
One time, my daughter filmed a propeller engine of the airplane, and you can't see it because it's so fast. When we play back the video, we can see the propeller moving. So what's happening there?
Okay, professional questions. So you, when you're doing this kind of recording speed movements, in cameras, professional cameras, you can change the shutter. So how fast, like your heart is breathing and you are breathing fast, and we can record it if we adapt machine on that, we can hear it. If we adapt machine on slower, you cannot see so you cannot do that on your smartphone. There is no this kind of options. For the professionals, they left a little bit room to be professionals. But
Well, I think with her, it just happened, and I was just wondering if that was, you're filming it at the high speed, or you're filming it at a low speed, and it's playing back at a lower speed, is that?
if you're recording on 4K, 60 frames per second, you will have a better chance to see this kind of speed movements than if you record with a lower resolution. Okay, I prepared a lot, so let's go to another topic. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have 8 topics for today. This one is very simple. And we call this rule 180-degree rule. Why 180? First, before we talk about the rule, we need to explain one term in language. This is a line of action. So, do you have in mind what could be line of action?
Could be just the line connecting two people that are talking, something like that.
Yes, connect two people. So if I talk to Terry, I'm, let's say, watching here. Where is the line of action?
Connects the two.
That's imaginary line. Okay. If I talk to Maria, where is the line of action?
It's over here.
Over here. Okay. So when you are recording, let's say, both characters, so you want to make short film, I'm talking to Mario and Mario is talking to me, then we need to follow 180-degree rules. Now you will see, very simple. Okay, so we have two characters, and then they created line of action talking to each other. And now we want to make a story about their conversation. And we will shoot, let's say, first Mario with one camera from here, or from here, or from here, or from here, whatever. Mario is talking to, let's say, Max. Then we are choosing another camera. So, but what we need to take care, we cannot cross on the other side of a line of action. Why?
You'll confuse the audience.
Very simple. Yeah, we will confuse the audience. So this camera will be wrong, you see, just across. So what is happening? So you see frame A. So red person is on right, purple is on left. Okay? Then we are switching to camera B. So red person is on left, and purple again is on left. Is on right, and the purple is on left. The same. So we don't switching. But if we record with, let's say, purple is talking, camera A, and then red is talking, camera C, what we will have? We will have red jump on the other side when we connect these two frames. So that will be something that confuses the audience when you are making your films. So you want to create some kind of conversation with two people, so you just follow the line of action. We can practice here very simple. If you want. I need 2 volunteers and 1 who would like to shoot. Who will use? Two volunteers. Ready?
Notes.
Okay. Okay. Who will shoot? Come on, all of you has cameras. Okay. So make three videos, 3 shots.
Okay, just 3 separate shots.
3 separate shots. Okay.
And you're the director.
Reina, one sentence for him, and let's say, hello, how are you? What is your name? Then he will repeat, he will answer, oh, I'm fine, thank you. And the third one, what are you doing here? Is that okay?
Yes.
So, 3 sentences, we will repeat them all the same. Okay, 4.
Go ahead.
Okay? So before you start,
Yes.
you need to say, okay, sound is speeding and camera is rolling. And
Okay.
then
Yeah.
action. And then character will wait 3 seconds and start talking. Okay.
Okay, so we've got some sound, and the camera is rolling, and action.
Hi, Terry, how are you?
Good, how are you, Raina?
Great, thank you. Are you enjoying this event?
That was good, it's very informative, yes.
Okay.
Then you say
Cut.
cut. Cut because they need to stop. Okay. Second shot, the same conversation.
Okay, this isn't my, I don't like this in my.
Okay. Uh-huh. Composition. Good.
Okay, we are rolling, and action.
Hi, Terry, how are you?
Good, how are you, Raina?
Wonderful, thank you. Are you enjoying this event?
Yes, very informative.
Cut.
Okay, what would be the third one?
Third one,
Other side.
well, we could maybe go from back there, but.
And then what will be? If you go here, Max, can she go there?
No.
No.
No,
Oh.
no. But then you get the context of,
But you will confuse the audience.
yeah, it's no
I just see the
longer.
camera.
Okay, but you can have them. If you want to have them, you can record from here. Is that okay?
No, she will make us move.
No move. So now, how we can call this wide angle? This is wide shot. There is one term, very, very simple. This is a master. Why is master?
Because you catch everything.
Whole scene.
Whole scene. So, 3 shots. Rule of 3 shots. One camera, one character, second camera, master shot. Very simple. Do you want to?
It's still on the other side.
Yeah, repeat. Yeah, it is still on this side. Okay. Command.
Okay, we're rolling, and action.
Hi, Terry, how are you?
Good, how are you, Raina?
Wonderful, thank you. Are you enjoying this event?
Yes, it's very informative.
Cut.
Good. Good. Great job. Thank you. Now you see, it's very simple. But don't make mistake. Okay.
Zeljko, does it matter where the line gets drawn? Can you draw it in any direction?
What do you mean in any direction?
Right? So, well, let's say you were at an ice rink, right? And you were going to draw that line like right down the middle of the ice rink. You would have to have all your cameras for the action on one side.
You have now one more challenge. You are asking me up front.
Yeah.
So you don't have a second character. You have only one, me. And I'm walking. And I'm walking, let's say, from here to there. Actually, I want to grab some of these things. Let's say my bio. So, what is the line of action now?
Where you're going.
So, where you will put cameras?
There. There.
With one character. Is that was your question?
Yeah, I wanted to.
You see, they put 2 cameras on this side. Why? Because I'm making the line of action with all of you. So cameras on this side. So when you're recording your film and you want to put 2 shots together, somebody is, let's say, grabbing the flag, wide angle from this side, and then closer, he's grabbing the flag again from this side, not from this side. Even it's maybe better. No, don't confuse the audience. Any questions about this?
In the beginning, you said all rules can be broken, but you don't think this is a rule that can be broken?
Every rule can be broken.
Okay.
If you have an extreme close-up,
You will not end up in jail. You can
Just confuse the hell out of it.
You can just, this is the basic things. There is some moments that you can, it's good to confuse the audience. But we don't have next, let's say, 2-3 years to study all of these moments. Okay, never break the rule. Break the rule if you. I already spoke about a match action exam. So you can see the girl in the library grabbing a book. 2 shots. Wider from this side, closer, grabbing a book. And when you connect them, they are working together very well. If you imagine that this camera on this side was from this side, you will have a girl coming from right and grabbing a book from left. So that would be something that will confuse you immediately. Is this the same person or not? Ah, yeah, the same clothes, but you will be confused. Okay. Let's go to another topic. We'll watch videos later. Okay, now many of you who are doing it's a film grammar, film language. So when you're doing shot, you are choosing, let's say you're choosing frame, composition, but it's not the same where how far from the camera your character will be. And we have a names for every frame. So this is our character. So we can do many different shots of her. Close up, very close. Okay. Very long shot. He's in a big distance. We can see the background and everything. Long shot. Now we can see only full body. Medium long shot. This is under the knees. And I will tell you anecdote about this later. Now, I will give you to think. This very long shot has very popular name, American. and you will tell me why. Medium shot is here, medium close-up, we can steal the shoulder, close-up head, big, and detail eye. So that's depending, we are measuring person. You cannot say, you know, yes, you can give me medium close-up of the camera. It's not easy because it's not a body. You cannot measure. Why we call this guy America? Did you watch Western movies?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm helping you.
So that they can see the gun when they lift it up?
We can see, yeah, you can see the gun, but with the medium, we can see the gun with a wider. Why is just to the knees American? What is happening in the Western movies?
Like horses?
Riding horses. So when he is behind the horse, and we want to see the head of the horse, we need to make a distance, and then they created American. So I will give you some kind of examples of shots. So, okay, close up. You know this story. So in close up, here you have several things. You have a rule of third, is eye, not this one. This one is on crossing line. Then we have living space, and what we have more.
On the right.
What is this?
Third.
No.
Oh, the line of action.
Line of action. We can fill line of action. That with living space and with this composition, we can feel that arrow will go on this side. So every shot can tell the story if we are making properly. With wider angle or with closer, let's do closer. If we go just on eyes, very close up or details, we will lose what? Line of action, we will lose background and living space. If we go wide, so it's drama moment. So this is just before throwing arrow. So if we go wider, what will happen? Do we have drama or not?
No.
So that's why we are not choosing close up because we like it. Because we want to tell the story and create new reality. So we will create different reality with different energy if we go wider or if we go closer. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sometimes we need to do a little bit closer or more closer to see some detail what is important, again, for the story. And always try not to forget, even it's extreme close-up, background. Here, background is some kind of light. Okay, so medium shot. is good because we can do two people in a frame. Now we have okay, who is the main character?
Frodo. Oh,
in this shot.
On the right.
Why?
He's more prominent. He's brighter, he's close, he's bigger. Relatively.
Okay, but he's in rule of third. Now you have here again another rule. How many elements are in, let's say, relationship here? Two? Are you sure? Huh? You said four. Okay. Which four?
Two subjects, the cart and background.
1, 2, and background. This is 3.
The cart would be 3, and then background before, but yeah.
But this one is making balance. So now we have 4 elements. Without this one, he will not be composed well. But now we have a balance between 3 elements. So we have rule of third, but also rule of odd. Remember that? 3 elements. And background.
But also provides the scale of how much bigger Gandalf is.
Yes. Yes.
And it frames the 2 characters, but not only this one, the other side as well. I see a frame within a frame.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's like I wouldn't think like this is the third one. Me, there are 4.
You are not recognizing because he's not hurting. But without him, you will have some feeling of disbalance. Without this one. Because you will have a lot of living space here without purpose. So then that would be more logical for camera to have a relationship with 2 of them. So this frame is telling a story. He's listening him very carefully. He is not secure in himself. That's why he decided to grab this. And then we made a story of unsecure guy listening big figure. So that's why we have a balance here with this. American. Okay, now you have a knees and you have action. He's central. So the background, actually we have compositions of lines because the background is going on him and only behind is a hole. So now we choosing this composition, we are putting him in central and making him stronger. That's why we need wider shot because we want to have lines. Remember in composition, lines working for him. Okay. So with long shot, now we can see the whole background. Again, we have living space here. We have line of action. And then, so how they designed this and make this line of action stronger, you can do that shooting when you have a wind. So put in the character, you see wind is behind. working for the main character. So you can also, when you are creating your shot, you can use nature working for you as a background and line of action. If you want to do against something, you can put him just against the window. If you want to push him, you can use wind to work for you. So that's depending how you want to create story. So extreme long shot. In extreme long shot, we can see everything. We can see, let's say if we go there, we can see the whole room. This is establishing or master shot. It is happening here. So now you have some kind of combinations. Over the shoulder, he's in rule of third, lower, communicating with this enemy, and you have background against behind him. So over the shoulder, line of action between them, and you know that they are talking to each other. Establishing, it's a. So now we will go to another important thing, camera angles. What do you think? How many basic angles we have when we are recording? With 5. Okay, can you count them?
From up above, maybe down below, middle, sides.
Sides. Sides.
Maybe
It's not. It could be the same. Higher angle. It's low, lower angle. It's very simple. Basic. But we can add 2 more if we go too much up or too much down. 5. So you can see results here. It's normal. High, bird eye, warm eye, and low view. It's very simple. Why? We have these 5 angles not because we want to have 5 angles. We want to tell the story. So what this bird eye view are giving us? Size of
The place where he is.
Size of place, and also
Size of character.
size of character. Okay. Okay. Making some story about the place and the character, just with choosing one angle. Imagine that you want to tell the size of character and the place doing, let's say, still vertical, still higher, but you cannot fill the place, or doing normal. It wouldn't be the. You will have him just watching outside of the frame. So, story defining frame, size, and angle. What kind of story we are telling? So we are always coming with a story. Story is first, but we are using film language to tell this story. We are telling visual the story. Now, in this high angle, can you turn off the light, please? Just to see better. Yeah. So now we can see the characters, but we can see that behind them are some enemies, and that's why we go high. We can go higher, but we still want to see that and have some kind of tension. So that's, they didn't decide to go in a bird eye. Eye level. So eye level, again, you have a composition. How we call this composition? You can see lines are going behind him, but he's again central figure, even if he is not on the other side. He's in front, and they are following him. And then we have again what we have with this line of action, and also with his eyes. Line of action, line of action, line of action. All of them are working together to tell us the story. In composition, just making this composition. So we have one more. We call it point of view. What is point of view? What would be your point of view?
Well, mine would be low compared to you.
Yeah. So sometimes we need this kind of personal perspective of the character. So we don't need to see the character. If we see what he sees, so we can go close up on his eyes and then show what point of view, and immediately 1 plus 1 is how many? Story. Combining only 2 frames, we are getting third, which is story. Okay. Who would like to answer? What's the difference between point of view and behind the shoulder?
Point of view.
Susan?
You see the character whose point of view it is.
Yes. So, frame is different, yes. But you are asking about the 1 plus 1 equal something. That's the question. What's the difference? So, with having character and his point of view is different when having character and over the shoulder what is behind. So, with point of view, it's more personal.
Does over the shoulder imply that the character is in the shot?
Yes.
The point of view of the character is not the shot. The camera is the character's eyes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Not only eyes, can be also his feelings.
So over the shoulder, we're seeing what the character's looking at or where he's going? or no?
Could be both. Could be both. I can say that over the shoulder is more informative than point of view if you combine. That is the simplest explanation, I think so.
Well, over the shoulder in this shot wouldn't be as dramatic, wouldn't be as terrifying looking at the dragon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, his point of view.
Imagine over the shoulder and dragon. What would be? I will beat the dragon. I'm ready to beat him.
Mhm.
Am I right? And this is terrifying. Maybe he will beat me.
Yeah. Seems like point of view is more emotional.
Could be more emotional or more dramatic, more personal. Okay. So why here? So tell me, what is this composition again? What we have here?
Birds.
Hmm?
Well, you have the line of thirds, you've got the line of action.
And lines.
Yeah, leading line.
Leading lines, good. But why is low angle? Why is not, let's say, higher angle or normal angle? Why is lower?
To make it more dramatic.
Him. Whom?
That can make it seem more dramatic.
Scene, but
The
also
focus of the scene.
focus
The
on
light.
the
Yeah, brightness.
brightness and this character he's representing good or light or something. So choosing the angle, we are choosing to tell the story again. How we are telling the story. Choosing what would be after 1 + 1. Okay, now we have warm eyes view. So what we have here is, how many elements we have here? How many main elements we have here? Two. Okay. So why we needed lower angle here?
It makes that ring more prominent. And if that he's looking, where he's looking at it, it brings you, there's like a line now from his eyes to the ring.
Yeah, line of action, okay. But with this lower angle, we can see his expression better, and he's obsessed with this ring.
Well, it kind of paints the perspective of this human being. Just
Yes,
being obsessed. With
obsessed.
this tiny little thing that isn't very
Absolutely. So you see how we imagine the same shot, frame size, everything, normally. What kind of feeling you will have? Normal. You will be cold. You will not be engaged. We have something, they call that Dutch or counted. Do we have somebody here from Holland?
Where?
Holland. You are from Holland?
Poland or Holland?
Holland.
Oh,
Holland.
No, not Poland, no.
Netherlands.
No.
So they invented this.
Oh, Dutch angle, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So if there's something is not normal, it's something is unusual is happening there. So you have your phones, having them like this, and then you can just moving on one of the sides and make the picture is not in balance.
Can I ask you a question now? Can some of these things, these that angle specifically to not be done after the, say, shoot something, can be in post-production, say?
Today, you can do everything in post-production.
Tilt it.
Yeah, you can reframe.
Yeah.
When you shoot in 4K, you know, you can make from wide angle close up in post. Everything you can do in post, but
Can't change the camera angle.
yes. But you want to tell the story.
Yeah.
So if you know your story, that's important. So you are telling the story using film language. You can always change the story or make story a little bit in way that in post. Yes, that's possible. But don't count always on post.
Oh, yeah.
Tell the story. We are here to try to understand film language. Film language is the same for this camera and for this small guy. The same. It's easier to make a good shot, probably, or to make always a shot with this. Then you have to be very strong to make a shot with this one. But we did it. So if you want to do, let's say, high angle with this one, you have to do this. Now you are privileged. You can just move your head or go down. Okay. Let's do one more.
All right, the pizza is here. I don't know if people want to push through. You want to push through?
Jennifer,
Yeah.
ask them. Can we do one more and then pizza?
Do one more? Yeah.
Okay. So now, after pizza, we will do interviews and some my favorite, one long shot. It's beautiful. Yeah. So what is editing?
Putting it together.
Putting together what?
Putting together the story.
Putting together pieces of the story. Yes. We have very simple techniques for editing. This is my favorite. Cut. What is cut? Video between beginning and end. And action and cut. So we are putting two shots together without any intervening between them. You will see there is many options, transitions. So if you are doing cut perfectly, there is no better option, believe me. Transitions are for different things. So now I will tell you a little bit about a cut. It's not.
God bless. Have a good morning.
Okay. So girl, one shot, coming in, okay, passing him. Now we have between two of them, line of, this is cut, line of action, tap, 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 we practice that, very simple. Over the shoulder, close up, conversation. Okay? Is that clear? Okay. Now I would like to show you how we can use cut for different purposes. We call that jump cuts. Okay. Camera is following, okay. I will tell you where is the jump cut. Okay, be ready now. So we have what? You saw that lines, they, okay, over the shoulder.
Come and play with us. Come and play with us, Daniel. Forever and ever and ever.
So jump cut is here, is used to jump on the same line of action to the main characters from wider to closer. And between them is the same frame size, but let's say bloody murder or something like that. Like mistake. That somebody put something between two normal shots. And what does it mean here? Because we saw his eyes after that. Is that he is really see in front of him, or it is happening in his mind? His mind. So we use cinema language to tell the story what is happening in this kid's mind. Using editing technique, jump cut. So he's watching, let's say Max is watching presentation and thinking about, let's say, taxes and everything. And then we see wide, closer, closer, then we hear officer, hey, Max. And then we are going back on this. So, and on Max. So that will be jump cut, telling the story that something is happening in his mind that is not really here, using editing technique. Is that okay? Inspiring? Not for the taxes. Okay. I have another example. And then you will tell me, okay. Now watch the jump cuts. Second cut. Third.
6 o'clock, and we haven't sold so much as a fern.
Okay. With 3 shots, jump cuts. what kind of story we got?
Time's passing.
Time's passing. They are waiting and time's passing. So we don't need to, let's say, show the different time of the clock. It's more cinematic, better. We are not telling only the time is passing. We are telling that they are boring and waiting to something.
And not ticking.
Ticking, but we have the same wide, camera is not moving, just characters are changing position and we are cutting.
They're sort of like still images.
Like still images, but it is jump cut with this purpose. That's what I said. 1 + 1 is not 2. In previous one, we have a jump cut, and he tells the story about his mind. Now, it's a different, how we are combining. Okay. One more. Yeah, one more, and then we will make a break. One more example. We call that match cut. What is this? Bone. And then what is this? Okay, so we put two elements, similar angle, similar shape. What is the story?
The evolution of man.
Evolution of man. Two shots. But how we tell the story using cinema language, this is match cut. They call match because they are combining position of the elements, angles, and they're matching them, they're putting them together. 1 + 1 is now how many? History. Okay. I will just show you escapes, but I don't like them. Many transitions, and people are using them very often, connecting frames, and they are killing the story. If you want to imagine, let's say, jump cut with a cube between. So these things can be used. They have their purpose in cinema history, but we don't have time. Good wipe. They can tell the story. But very often people are misusing them. Okay, time for pizza, 6 o'clock, and then we will do something very interesting after. Can we make a break 15 minutes? Is that enough?
Yep.
Huh?
People can bring their food up if they want.
Okay.
So the pizzas are down in the WHCI studio, which is room 326. We're just going to go down one floor.
So 6:15.
Sorry. All right.
this is documentary project, and the main part, the main source, the main style of shooting in documentaries are interviews. What do you think? How many types of interviews we have? Basic. Challenge. Two? Okay, let me tell you. Tell me.
The kinds?
Yeah?
Well, like maybe one when you just let the person talk without the person asking questions, or when you can't hear or see the interviewer, and the other one maybe when they both having a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Very close. Very close. Any other thoughts?
There's one where you give the person questions ahead of time, so prepare. So it's more scripted.
Okay. So I will show you, and then you can tell me what is the difference. First, there is famous 5W. What we need to get from interview. Who is talking? Where is he talking? Background. What he is talking. Why we are interviewing this, and when it is happening. In story or in 5 famous W. Maybe you heard of them, but this is the basic in interview. Okay. So we can get information, we can get a story from the character, his emotions, we can see his emotions, we can meet the character. This is 5W, and feel the atmosphere. Oh. 3 types. Statement, interview, and confession. What is statement? Who can tell me?
Maybe just picking a topic and stating the facts about it.
What?
Stating the facts about a topic. It's not necessarily question-based, it's just...
Sort of like a purpose,
Yeah.
It's their take on some subject matter.
Like a mission statement?
One interview is with more than one person. Statement, I would think, would be that you have a narrator, and you don't necessarily have any other people. They're making statements about the content they're showing, where a confession could be, again, just one person, but it's not the interviewer, it's the subject all by themselves.
Very close. Okay, so for statement, you can get what the person is prepared to give you, no matter what you ask him. So very often you can find that in media, mainstream media, politicians, sportsmen, different people just came in front of the people, shared 10 minutes, and that's all. And you cannot get anything, but you can use it for your story. Still is part of the interview. So with sometimes I, let's say, did interview with a different type of people, but I got statement. I came for interview and I got statement. they were prepared to tell me this, this, and this, and not ready to tell me anything more. So you can be also ready for that and satisfied with that. You can expect from some people that, and you can, if you expect that you will get a statement, you can prepare that for your story, combining statement, interview, whatever you in your story. Interview, it's could be, you will see formal and informal, sitting behind someone, behind the camera, asking question, and he's answering, and your question is not in a film. Classical. You have questions, giving them, and you are getting answer. But with this type of interview, you have to tell the person in front of the camera, my question will not be in a film. So try to, let's say, somehow repeat the question when you are answering. Sometimes you're asking question and you can get yes. Yes, what? So, yes, we are prepared new budget for next year, and this budget is 2 million, for example. And your question was, did you prepare a new budget for next year of 2 million? And if you don't tell him that, you can get yes. And you have a style not including your own questions, so you came for interview and you got nothing. You cannot use it.
And so you would prompt them to repeat the question in their answer.
Or include your question in their answer. So you have to tell them that. Usually you will get this. This is when you have informal interview. This is different style of interview. You can sit behind your, like in the podcast, you can sit behind and you can be in a frame and make some kind of conversation with the person. We can talk more about the type of interview because, but what is confession?
Sitting in a booth talking to a priest.
Hmm?
I said sitting in a booth talking to a priest.
Very close, but using filming language, what will be?
Just the person talking. Talking about things that you didn't prepare or you didn't tell.
Okay, camera is here, and Crystal, tell me your life story.
My life story. I was born, I grew up, and now I'm here.
Confession. Very simple.
Can we do that one more time for our online viewers? Since we're in the darkness.
What? Confession?
Yeah.
Okay, what is confession?
Personal story.
Personal story. Okay, yeah. I'm sitting behind the camera and asking, let's say, this time, Mario. Mario, tell me more about your childhood.
My childhood, it was a great childhood. I ate a lot of pizza, drank a lot of soda, and got a lot of cavities.
Yeah. Tell me more, and then you can go deep and tell me, that's a confession. No, I'm not interrupting him with my questions. What is important when you are in position to be? You are still the guy who is making interview. So how you can push Mario to tell me more about Tell me more of his story. There is one trick. Silence. When he finishes, I'm not responding. I'm expecting. Expecting, and maybe he will continue. Maybe I need to push him more, but he will understand that after a couple of minutes, the silence means, tell me more. And when you get this point, you have a confession. And having confession is probably toughest type of interview. So you have to know the person before and tell him that you will not ask him questions. So I'm doing one type of the confession documentary series for the Serbian national TV. Now this is 50 episodes already done. Immigration stories from the United States, people telling me their stories from their life. I'm just sitting, and my daughter was a production assistant, and she said, "You are doing nothing." But this is running for 7 years. Not polished story, personal stories. So you have to be in a position to listen and prepare them to feel comfortable. So what is important for the confession? What do you think? Trust. Safety. Okay. More? For me, as someone who did a lot of documentaries, everyone has a story.
A goal.
Goal, yes, you're deciding. But in cinema language, what kind of place you have to choose for the confession?
Comfortable.
Comfortable? What does it mean comfortable for someone who is doing confession?
At home.
Could be different for different
In their own
people.
comfortable environment.
Familiar?
Familiar with him personally, where usually that is home or his special place. Again, background, don't forget the background, always. And when you are working, smartphone, you have to be patient. So confessions are very tough to do with the smartphone because they are long. But you can get beautiful confessions. Okay, so I will show you several things. The challenge with a statement, time sensitive. So you have someone, if you are not prepared, you can have, let's say, I am the I don't know, big shark coming and, okay guys, I will tell you about the budget, and leaving. And you didn't start shooting. So when you see the character coming in, start shooting. Because if you are reframing and choosing the shots, so you have to find, for the statement, you have to predict position where the character will be and find the best place, again, using all of the things like composition rules and everything to get best for him. Maybe you can choose the angle, see the flag, if it's politician, or if it's basketball player, try to find something that remind the audience that he's a basketball player. So what is possible? You have limited options, but you have to recognize. In interview, you can set up background. You can create background. So you can come into someone's room and say, okay, this lamp is beautiful or ugly. Can we leave it out? Or we can put this and make composition. So you can set up background in interview. Both formal and informal. We spoke about the formal. But what is also informal? What could be also informal interview? Yes. Somebody, you are walking with him, or you have some people who are afraid of camera, but they have a beautiful story. So how you can make them easier to tell you their story? Any idea? So you are afraid of camera and of lenses. And I will tell you, okay, you will not see the lenses. You will not see the camera. What I will need to do?
Distract with something else.
You are close, distract with what?
With some other activity, doing something.
So she can cook and tell me the story. Because she will cook. So give him some task. Do something and say, don't move too much because I cannot follow you too much. But be here and tell me the story. That's look like informal interview. We know what is formal, but this is informal. And now we are coming to my favorite confession style. Jennifer, they have presentation. They can see the links after.
So we are posting them on the.
Okay, because
We'll also make
because
sure
of
everybody
I would
gets
like to
them.
work with them for something else. They can always see the link, but this is what I want to show them. Okay. So, video diary. What is video diary? You want to do an interview with someone.
Like a video selfie?
Yeah.
Video selfie.
There's a lot of those things.
Video selfie, but you are still doing interview. So, I will show you. I will show you. Okay, this is, I will tell you behind the story. The second meeting documentary, I was running with, for Oscars with this one, 2014. The story, very sensitive. I want to make human story about two adversaries. One was the US stealth pilot, and one was the colonel who shot him down over the surf. Pilot survived and rescued, and 12 years later, he decided to meet the guy who shot him down. They became friends. Their family became friends. It's not a story about the war. It's a story about the families. So I didn't want to have a news and all of this background, why this happening, wars are all this happening. I want to see who are these guys. So I was thinking, okay, how I can get both of them the best. If I follow them for 10 days, 20 days, maybe I will capture the best private moment, but maybe I will not. Then I saw photos. Pilots send me family photos and different things. And I say, oh, this guy has a good eye. It's a very good eye for camera composition. And I asked him, Dale, I will buy for you small camera. Can you record full year what you are doing and sharing that in the camera, like a video diary? And also I did the same for the colonel. Give them tasks. Sometimes we spoke, but I don't push them to tell me because they want to tell me what they want to tell me. To make more personal. So you will see how it's look like. It is now on PBS open, so you can watch the full one, but
I saw the missile launch. Roger, enemy aircraft, down. You're 3-1, make it 3-1, going down. 3-1 is going down.
okay, you will watch the film, but this is intro scene. Yeah. Title. And now film begins with
Good morning.
With video diary.
It's very early. It's a beautiful spring day in early May. And here we are in the dining room. I've been asked to prepare some video diaries of the Zeljkos.
So he's telling that we will watch and film video diaries. So I use that as some kind of storytelling element. So this is not mistake. This is done with purpose. Why? And then you will get in their families and in their personal life, and they will share that with you. The power of video diaries. And one of the tasks for your film will be that. Okay, let's do my favorite one. So what is long single shot?
One singular extended take. One singular extended take.
Yeah.
More than a few seconds.
More than, can be 1 hour if it's good. So, but it's not just you can record person for the 1 hour, but there is something that you can use. There is 3 types how you can create good single long shot. So we will talk about this types. Okay, so the main character of the single long shot could be physical location. Explore physical location in one shot. I will show you an example.
This May, Renewal by Anderson wants to give you a huge win.
So the shot is starting with, let's say, you will not be able to do this production, but we have a big city location. Camera is on the top. Now we are introducing character. Who, can you tell me who will be the character?
The guy in white. The guy in white.
Okay. So what is happening here? All people is going in one direction. He's going in opposite direction, and he's wearing white clothes. Okay. Okay. So camera is following him. Now he's staying on these two because he moved the camera. So camera is not moving without motivation. So we are following them. Background action. So we leave them to pass. So now they will change location. They are coming in. Long shot. They are changing location again. Camera is following them. So they are moving up. Close up of them. Again, changing location. Again, camera is always motivated so far by movement. Again, movement, camera following movement. Now you will see something different. Line of action is established and camera is motivated by line of action. Again, following the movement, location is the same, shot is the same. Background, angles. We spoke about all of these things, bird eye. So now bird eye will change into something different. what is this? How we call this? POV, point of view. Ended up with a point of view. Okay, long shot. Toughest to do, but it's beautiful.
If you're good with a drone, you can do it.
Then, the story. Story can be the character, the plot. What is this? Bomb. Okay. So he put a bomb here, but we are not following the guy who did it. Now, explosion is the character. So the whole city is engaged in this frame. So we are expecting that something will happen. But see, we are now leaving the car. Two characters are taking camera with a movement, car is passing, and we are staying on them, not following the car where the bomb is. But they are passing the car, we know the bomb is inside. We are following them, but in background is the story. So they are meeting car.
You folks are American citizens?
I am, yes.
Where were you born, miss?
Mrs.
What?
Philadelphia.
The name is Vargas. Hey, Jim! You see who's here? Sure, Mr. Vargas. Out on the trail of another dope ring? On the trail of a chocolate soda from my wife. Your wife?
No, you're right, officer.
Hey, can I get through? There's a lot of talk up here about how you cracked that Grandy business. Yeah, I hear you caught the big boss. Only one of them. The Grandys are a big family. Good night. No purchases, Mr. Laggard.
Hey, I got
You're American citizen, miss?
No, I got the ticking noise.
Yeah, okay.
No, really, the ticking
So
noise.
car is passing, we don't see them anymore, and now we are going to this character, but
Do you realize this is the very first time we've been together in my country?
Do you realize I haven't kissed you in over an hour?
so the actions is happening outside of the frame, but we expected that something will happen, and without long shot, this expectation would not be so strong. He can cut so many times, but with cut, we are losing energy. You see that we can have all of these things using only one shot, but we have to prepare it very carefully. And you will do that in your way. Let me see. Okay, I have some simple 1-minute stories to show you. So they created setup like in his room, everything is artificial. So you see, why is this, I can say, very creative? Simple but creative story. Late to work, okay, we can do that in home, but we made it universal, putting somewhere outside. So idea. Simple, so you can do that.
No, you can't do this. This is our home. We'll take care of it. I promise. No.
Okay, so my son, Michael, is out on a walk here with his wife, and this is in their neighborhood in Bridgeport, and he sees his neighbors come home in the middle.
So we see the character carrying something. Similar like a plot story, something is inside probably. So movement is always motivated by something. We have motivation of the movement following the people. Okay, imagine instead of 1 million, you want to send, let's say, film to your wife, happy anniversary. One long shot. You engage your people from neighborhood, whatever, and this is for you. I made a film for you. Okay, now we will explore your projects. Are you ready to be a filmmakers? Okay, our task would be to make 1 2-minute short film on your smartphone. You can do it today You can do it tomorrow, or you can do it in the next 7 days. Jennifer, what is the due date for final film?
Monday, the Monday after Celebrate West Hartford.
Okay, so you have plenty of time to think. I will give you 5 ideas, 5 topics. Right now we will explore them and tell you what you can do, and maybe you can come up with something else. So our motto, our umbrella is 250 anniversary of U.S. independence. So and Jennifer, they will upload films, and films will be published online in your TV if they give.
We're going to try to put them together into a film all together and individually.
Okay. So you will have your own premiere. First, for your first film. First, you will have these things. Take care about this. So we passed many of the rules. 100-degree frame size. You know what we passed today. Okay, I will give you 5 ideas that include montage, so you can combine different shots. You can do interviews, combine them. You can do single long shot, or you can do video diary. You can choose your options. Okay. Number 1, with this question. What does independence mean today? Format, interview. Find different people, ask them questions, and tell them to be short. Maybe 1 word, maybe 2 words, maybe a couple of, and put them together. You can choose different backgrounds. That's up to you. Try to find a symbolic for the story. So you have a task to tell the story if you choose this idea. And finish with this line at the end. Or you can find better than I offer. But what is the style? Montage of different interviews, different people. What we said, okay, 5W, who, where, why, what, when. Maybe 3. Less than 3 is not montage. Idea number 2. Video diary. You are writing the letter to 1776. So, dear, and this, and you then create a story. Record yourself. Or ask someone of your colleagues to record himself. Maybe it's the best to record yourself because you passed the exam, workshop, and you know all of these rules. But again, you can do that in walking, so that could be a long single shot again. Remember, you can do that walking through the streets, walking in the yard, or sitting in kitchen or in office or whatever, but think about the background again. Or write a letter. But again, you will write and read. I'm just teasing you right now and giving you different options. Maybe you will come up with better. Number 3. Again, short interviews with different questions. And diverse with the background, generations, opinions. And I would like to see more than 3, very short. And it is not formal. It's not informal. It's a formal. So when you ask them question, when do you notice the flag? Or what feeling does flag for you? Flag is for me. Tell them to include your question or refer that we know that he's talking about a flag. Number 4, single long shot. My Independence Day in one shot. So you can visit the places, or you can talk in the camera, but you can engage people to inspire movements for your camera. That's also up to you. Voiceover is yours. So you have to come up first with the story, then start shooting. Don't shoot without story. You have to be prepared and know that what do you want to tell, what do you want to show. Tomorrow will be raining, and after tomorrow will be raining, so you will probably, maybe you will shoot in the house, but you can try. If you are not satisfied, do again. On Jennifer, they can send several ideas. They can send several films.
Oh, definitely.
So okay, video diary. I would like to see montage of video diaries. So maybe if you can ask some of your friends, people, to do that, but explain them, be teacher for them, explain them, or suggest them composition and everything. And then montage all of these things. This is probably from maybe your family, if they want to appear in front of the camera. Different generations in video diaries. So format is horizontal. Due date, we changed, this is not 5th. Jennifer, it's not 5th, it's 8th.
Oh, yeah, we decided
Okay, so it is not this one, it is 8. So you will create your films. Are you ready? At least to try. It will be fun. And redo it. If you are not satisfied, redo it again. Redo it again. The best way of learning skills is to repeat them and redo it. When I'm doing classes at UConn, I'm always giving students options. When they finish project at MSK, are you satisfied with this one? And if it's not, redo it. I will not grade you this one. I will grade you the next one. So do again. Okay, do you have any questions? Yeah, you can find many, but I can suggest CapCut. CapCut.
And
DaVinci is pretty good. But this is very simple for somebody who doesn't have experience to use this one.
I think CapCut compares to iMovie because it's built in on the iPhone.
You know, I'm using professional tools, and anything I can compare only with the professional, Premiere or anything. But I can tell you that both are good if you have a good story. So this is not demanding editing project. So simple cuts. We are not expecting that you can explore furthermore if you are intrigued with this workshop and you want to go deeper. In filmmaking, you can explore many different. But this is fair enough.
Which software do you use?
Premiere, Adobe Premiere, yeah.
Was it possible to edit on the phone, or do we have to upload it to the computer?
But it's easier for you. Whatever is easier for you, you can do whatever you think that is better for your project. At the end, you will upload your film, and people will watch the film. They will not ask about your phone or software. They will like to see the story. So language is the same. I can, if you want, Jennifer can give you this one.
We don't even use that.
So language is the same. We are just using different tools. So it is similar is with the software. Software is some softwares are working faster, better. They have more options. But for this project, story is on the first place. And of course, we passed so many things today. I hope that you are not overwhelmed with everything. And I hope that was not boring. And that you will come up with your films.
So, a quick question on that, like the CapCut, for example, will that like compress or condense the video so it can be, so you do something with it?
Yes.
Because I've not been able to send even short videos to say somebody's email.
Great. So what we're going to do is there's a QR code over there. We set up a Google Drive, which is normally how we sort of move things around. We're going to have you upload your film right to Google Drive, and then it won't get condensed or reduced a lot of control there that is sort of newer.
Okay.
So,
And you'll never be able to send a video.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because videos
No.
are multiple gigabytes.
Right.
Emails,
Yeah,
they
they
let you like 20 megabytes.
Yeah. So it's just,
Barely
So
even
YouTube
photos.
is the answer.
I think that's the easiest to use. It's really built into most phones. You just share to YouTube. There's all kinds of other services too that will do it either for a fee or for a cost. But YouTube's free, so. And it does all the conversions and everything, and you can control, you can make it unlisted so it's not publicly viewable, but the link is okay. So, and if anybody has any questions about that end of things, you can reach out to me as far as like uploading, and make sure there's a whole series of handouts over there, which will take you through, like, there's a QR code you can just scan with your phone, and it'll automatically upload our Google Drive link, and then you just click upload, and then bring it right up from your phone. So make sure you take that with you. And, oh, and before you leave, I just want to say, please subscribe to WHCI. It's free. There's a QR code over there. I'll also send out an email with a link, because it really does make a difference for us, because
once we get 10,000 subscribers, we start making some cha-ching, says the board member, that would like this resource to survive for the people of West Hartford.
And I just want to say, can we just give a big round of applause?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to see your films.
Can I ask you a quick question? Do you feel comfortable speaking a little bit about the immigration documentary project?
Yeah, I can give you my business card, and there are some of the stories that you can watch there. It's a subscription, but it's a $1 per film. Yeah, they are not 50, all of 50. They're 30 or something, but it will be 50 when they broadcast.
So they're all separate.
They are all separate. Yeah, they are format to 25 minutes. So personal stories.
Yeah, but I want mine.
Thank you. That was good. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is fun.
Thank you.
Well done. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
You got it?
I do, yes. So you have business cards?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to check out a couple of those.
So, okay, this